What's this? A letter for me.
Welcome back to another episode of Remember the Great Sports. I have three returns I'm going to talk about today, but I actually have a fourth envelope here, and I'll show you why here in a second. But to start off with, this is a return to sender from former Minnesota Twin and Minnesota Twins manager Frank Quilici. And I sent this roughly about April, and Mr. Quilici passed away. So my deep condolences to the Quilici family. He will definitely be in my in memoriam video that I will post at the end of the year, or I guess the beginning of next year in 2019. So unfortunately I was not able to get my card signed by Mr. Quilici before he passed away. Sometimes when you write older players like this, that's just the way it goes. So rest in peace. Alright, moving on. I have a different envelope here. It's not different, but there's a different stamp than what I normally use. You can see that forever stamp on the top. That, I can't even remember the last time I used that stamp. So because of that, when I got that back in the mail, I actually opened it up, and I'm going to start with the first one here and show it to you. It's already open. But it is a return from Mr. Danny Goodwin on a Topps Obach. And if you don't know who Danny Goodwin is, and I'll zoom in a little bit more so you can look at the card while I talk about it. Danny Goodwin is somebody that has a rare thing. And that is, he is the only person to ever be drafted #1 overall in the baseball amateur draft 2 times. Yes. 2 times this man was made the #1 pick in all of baseball. Once when he came out of high school, and once when he came out of college. Now, with that said, Mr. Goodwin was drafted in 1971 by the Chicago White Sox, but instead Danny decided to attend college. And in the 1975 draft, the California Angels drafted him with the #1 overall pick. If you look on the back of his card, it's kind of hard to tell. The camera's just being really ornery today. But he only had 636 Major League at-bats, and he had a lifetime .236 batting average with only 150 base hits as a major leaguer. In addition to that, he had 3,000 at-bats in the minors and a lifetime .313 batting average. But this is kind of a unique story that nobody else has ever been drafted 2 times, #1 overall, ever. Now, I know by having this plastic in there, I know I sent him more than 1 card. He only returned 1, which is totally fine. My old saying always goes, I'd rather get 1 than none. So I'm happy to get that 1 of 3 excess maybe. I think I only got 1 of 3 back, which is fine. But thank you very much, Mr. Goodwin. Took a long time to get this one back, so I don't even remember when I sent this. It was before I was doing my channel, so that's how long that's been out. So what I can tell other collectors that are discouraged sometimes about not getting returns through the mail, never give up hope. You just never know. Sometimes, people just don't get around to signing their mail, and when they finally do, they do. So very happy to get that return from Mr. Goodwin, and we will move on to the next envelope. Now this next one, I got a good idea who it is because it's postmarked from Cincinnati, and this is not a new shock to anybody, but I'm going to open it up off camera here. Like I said, the camera's just being really ornery today. And it is 2 from Raisel Iglesias, the closer for the Reds. Or for right now, the closer for the Reds. You never know, they might wind up trading them. But I want to say that I did send a 3rd in this package, and I only returned 2 of the 3, which again is fine. And I want to say it was a Heritage It was one of those really nice, brand new 69 tops type Heritages, like a 2018. So I guess maybe he never saw that card and he decided he wanted to keep it. But I'm happy to at least get these two back in the mail from him. Both rookie cards. I don't know if that's a rookie card, but that one for sure is. So that's his Bowman rookie card. Again, pretty good reliever for the Reds. Don't know if he'll be there forever because the Reds tend to trade guys when their contracts are up. So thank you, Mr. Iglesias, for sending that back for me. And finally, we got one, and this is the all-time TTM King, we'll call him. And it is postmarked from Philadelphia, PA, so you probably figure where I'm going with this. And that is none other than the greatest through the mailer ever and collector, Pat Neshek. On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I picked up these Heritages, you know, I mean, just like a lot of other people, I like collecting the Heritage cards signed. I mean, they're just beautiful because, you know, they're like the retro cards. So I decided to stick, you know, 4 in the mail along with this Gypsy Queen. Sent, you know, a nice letter to Pat, and, you know, got them back in less than a month. I mean, there's not much more I need to talk about Pat Neshek. I mean, he is probably the best through the mailer ever. I mean, he is a collector himself, so he has been, you know, playing for so long and collecting autographs that it's just amazing to think that a player like this is an autographer too. So if you have not, for some of the younger viewers of my channel that may just be getting into collecting, if you have never written Pat, definitely do so before he retires. I don't know how many more years the guy's going to pitch. I mean, he's in his mid-30s, so, you know, you just never know. He may call it quits one season and quit playing altogether, and then you'll have to track him down. But he currently is a pitcher with the Phillies, so if some of the viewers out there, you know, want to send care of the Phillies, he'll definitely get them back to you signed, and why wouldn't you want to have a couple in your collection? So, in closing, I want to thank you for watching another video. Thank you, Raisel and Mr. Goodwin, for returning those. Very happy to have that in my collection. Just a hint, you may hear him as a trivia question in the near future. It might be one of those trivia contests that I throw together. I might ask who's the only person to ever get drafted #1 overall 2 times. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to your comments below, and we'll see you next time.